Hi, this is Nataki with a quick guide to setting up your inventory. If we're doing your website, of course, we will need your inventory. If you are a client who makes or manufactures your own products, you can use this. Also, if you're getting products from others, you can use this document. If you are getting products from others, you may want to check first to see if they have an Excel or a Google Docs sheet or a CSV file that can be manipulated. You don't want to reinvent the wheel if you can get a document that is already produced. If not, you can use this document or the Microsoft Excel document to produce your inventory spreadsheet. This is also really used for cataloging purposes. You will notice that right now it does not have an order count on here, so it's not really a true inventory list, but we can add a quantities field if we're actually cataloging the inventory on site. For the web development side of what we're doing, we are really focused on the other columns. So I'm going to spread these out so you can see the names, and you could do this as well. If you hover in between any of the two cells, you can see it high level on how this works. Columns are labeled by letters, rows are labeled by numbers. So when I refer to something in a column, you want to look down. When I refer to something in a row, you want to look over. So first, you want to start by the distributor or vendor name. That is if you're getting products from somewhere else. If you are the manufacturer, you can just put your company name here. The product name is as it's identified by the vendor, or if it's you, you give each product a name, and names should be unique. A product number, that comes from the manufacturer, or you're creating it yourself. Again, there are two things. Either it comes from a manufacturer or a distributor already named and labeled, or you're doing it yourself. But don't overcomplicate it. Just make it really simple and intuitive. Product description. Now these can be a couple of short paragraph descriptions so that people who are searching for your product can get an accurate description of what it is you're selling. If we think of any kind of sale website where we go and look for product descriptions, those are pretty detailed. You can click in a cell to begin typing. And one thing to note is if you hit the Alt key and enter, you can type multiple rows within a cell. If you just hit the enter key by itself, it will just take you to a new cell. But holding down the Alt key and enter will create more lines in that existing cell. Category, this allows you to group things. So if you're selling apparel and you want to group shirts versus pants versus outdoor wear, whatever categories, you would use this column. We have a cosmetics brand, and they group things by just all different kinds of things. So I don't even want to list because I don't want you to limit yourself. You want to be as smart about this as possible. You don't want categories that are so obscure that people won't think to look for it. You also don't want so many categories that you only end up with like one product in each category. You want to think like these are broad umbrella terms for things that people will be searching for. And also think about how you search or how people would find things from your competitor sites, and try and use categories that are similar, because those are the words that people will be expecting to see when they come to your site. If it's relevant, include sizes or dimensions for that reference. If colors are relevant, you can also change the names of these headings to something else. If you have things that come in, I don't know, whatever definition, you can specify. Keywords is a very important column. You want to know what terms people would type in to logically come to your product and enter those in. and you can enter those in one at a time. If I am shopping for, let's see, I'm looking at extension cords. So extension cords, plugs, you just want to hit a comma in between each one. And actually, it's actually better if you don't put a space, but you can just keep going and do that. And again, tabbing over takes you to the next field. Wholesale price is if that's coming from your distributor or manufacturer, what that wholesale price is. If you wholesale to other people, that can also be here if you are the manufacturer. Retail price is what does it sell to the actual person, and sales price is if this product goes on sale, how much would someone pay at that discounted price? The name of the image is, you want to name your product images with something intelligent. You don't want it to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because then it's really hard to connect that back to a product. So you can name it your product number, and then the product name is the name of the image, or vice versa, the product name and then the product number, just something so that it makes sense which image goes with which item. And then the image link is whether it's on a Google Sheet or whether it's on a Microsoft Excel, you want to get, or saved in like a Dropbox, you want to get the hyperlink to that particular image and paste it in this column for reference. So that is how you complete the inventory sheet or the product categorization sheet. And you want to do this one line at a time. Again, I typically recommend that you work with one row at a time so that you're making sure you don't miss anything in a row. That is sometimes easier than trying to go down and put all the names and then come back and go, okay, what's the product number that goes with that name? So just work with one row at a time. Complete row 2, then go down to row 3. Those are my tips. If you have any questions, you can always live chat on newbusinesssolutions.com, or you can message us. And if you happen to not be a New Business Solutions client and you have questions about how to manage your product list or get a product list into your website, you can always set up a consultation by going to newbusinesssolutions.com and clicking on get a consultation, or clicking on getting started, what's next. All right, thanks for watching.